Good evening. My name is Merritt Burns. I'm the principal here at Washington Junior High School. I just wanted to take a moment to apologize that we were not able to do this in person. I would have thought that after last year it would have been the last time. And hopefully that this is the last time that we will be doing a video production to celebrate the accomplishments of our students and their extracurricular efforts. That said, we were following IDPH and Illinois State Board of Education guidelines in order to make sure that we can continue to offer in-person instruction, and that's our top priority. I just wanted to also thank all the parents in general, though, for their efforts and their patience throughout the course of the year as we adjusted throughout this and offering the students as much as we could. I also want to take a moment to acknowledge and say thank you to the administration and also to Mrs. Nallman for all the efforts that went in behind the scenes in order to develop, redevelop, and reschedule and schedule. It was a lot of work, but at the end of the day, I also need to thank the coaches. It was a lot of work for all of those parties, but at the end of the day, it was just simply about offering as much as we could to the students, and so that they could be exposed to various things throughout the course of the school year. I'm grateful that we had an opportunity to do that. I'm grateful that the Board of Education approved our plans early, and then that they were trusting enough for us to open it up and to allow the students to get into some gameplay stuff. And even do a little bit more, in-person activities. So all that said, what's about to follow are a bunch of the presentations from our coaches, and I appreciate everybody's attendance tonight.
All right, Scholastic Bowl was a very interesting Scholastic Bowl year. My first year coaching it, so quite the year to start off. But the students made it very enjoyable. They had to get used to a whole new buzzer system this year online. Coaches reading from counties away sometimes the questions through the Jamboard. And I know they didn't get to use the buzzers this year, which is always a major draw to be able to push that in-person button. But we made the best of it. The students learned a lot and I think improved throughout the year quite a bit. We ended up being 2-4 in our 6 matches. But we won 2 of our last 3. I think as we got used to the buzzer system and that, we seemed to do a lot better. And our last match was our best one of the year, winning 310-110 against Woodland. So that was a really nice way to end the year. We had a lot of fun. I think the trivia practices we did throughout the year were a lot of fun. Everybody got to rotate being captain, sometimes question reader. And our 6th graders, Gianni Baracani and Caleb Strand, I think they really came a long way, and I look forward to having them in the future. And our 8th graders really were good leaders for them, showing them how it works, showing them the ropes. And those include Josh Bickford, Jason Curran, Grayson Marincic, and Mason Vidigar. And Sophia Hamrick also joined us a little bit online for some practices as a remote student, so that was nice to give her an opportunity to participate in something despite being a remote student. And, Mason was very great in bringing in Trivial Pursuit for us to play in some of the practices. That was a lot of fun. And I think just a fun group in general where we had a good time practicing. In terms of toss-ups this year, Josh had 1 toss-up. Mason had 3. Jason had 4. And Grayson ended up with 31, including 11 in our last match alone. So a lot of nice job on that, and then the teamwork and the bonuses where they all work together, including our 6th graders. Just getting a lot of good experience, and we did a really good job working together with that and getting some tough questions. I think some of the other coaches were impressed towards the end with our team limited in experience and numbers, but being able to do quite well, so that was nice to hear. And lastly, just in terms of our awards, for the most improved, it really could have went to any of our players, especially our 8th graders. So I looked at who scored more in the last couple of matches compared to the first couple, and Mason Vidigar ended up with 3 toss-ups in the last couple of matches. Between that and his leadership towards the end, Mason, congratulations, you will be our most improved player for the year. But really, all of the 8th graders, I can't thank you enough for everything, and every one of you really deserves a part in that. So thank you very much. And then our MVP, like I said, 31 toss-ups scored. Very impressive, 11 in our last match. A lot of trivia knowledge. Grayson Marincic will be our MVP for the year. He did a wonderful job in terms of, like I said, being a leader for our younger groups, being a leader in terms of our team as a whole, and just being quick on that buzzer and getting us a lot of toss-ups, especially towards the end there. So really, to all of you, I can't thank you enough. I'll always remember you as a part of my first Scholastic Bowl team, and I hope you will all continue on with Scholastic Bowl in the years to come, whether it be in high school or here at Oglesby, Washington. Thank you. And just a couple of last thank yous. Again, last to the players, families, volunteers, SOS. All participants will receive a pin at a later date. I believe Mr. Burns is giving those out. And once again, thank you, and have a great summer.
We are so proud of our Oglesby music students' progress and achievements this 2020-2021 school year. Here are the highlights of our year. Our fourth grade band students each earned a rainbow of band karate belts, which are earned by accomplishing a variety of fundamental band skills. In the fall, Alexander Seratos auditioned and was accepted to represent the Oglesby Music Program in the prestigious Illinois Music Education Association District 2 Junior High Band Festival. Each of our performing ensembles voted on the music they wanted to perform this spring and worked really hard to put together a fun and diverse virtual spring concert of substantial repertoire, preparing and recording mostly independently from their own homes. This is a huge accomplishment not only in quantity of literature but also in difficulty as well. All of our 5th through 8th grade band students, as well as select 4th grade students, selected and performed a holiday solo in December, as well as a spring solo to showcase the skills they have developed over the course of the year for our annual virtual Bandorama Solo and Ensemble contest. At Solo and Ensemble, 11 of our students received a first division ranking for their performance. We collaborated, prepared, and recorded music as a combined 5th through 8th grade band and choir for graduation, and in just 1 week we will be performing for Memorial Day down at the park. Thank you to all of our students, families, teachers, and administration for all the support you have given us and all that you have done to make this year run as smoothly as possible. Let us please take a moment to recognize each of the following students for their participation in our music program. The Lincoln 4th grade band, Leah Rojas, Annika Bauer, Gabe Pinter, Brady Bloomquist, Daniel O'Leary. The Lincoln 5th grade band, Paige Evans, Danielle Rapp, Tegan Mullane, Faith Leopold, Mayla Schmidt, Emily Beavers, Adeline Schmidt, Addison Quills, Landon Balestri, Connor Mickelson, Ethan Peschik, Billy Matthews, Landon Hardy. The Washington 6th through 8th grade band, Peyton Gillette, Monica Martinez, Gabby Baker, Gianna Mueller, Naomi Spencer, Audra Marinzik, Andrea Luasia, Grayson Marinzik, Sophia Hamrich, Cole Knapp, Hannah Whittington, Aiden Mullane, Wes Gardner, AJ Gais, and Alexandra Seratos. The Washington 6th through 8th grade choir, Cole Knapp, Beyonce Aldana, Mackenzie McCoy, Gabby Baker, Peyton Gillette, Andrea Luasia, Lana Eltervug, and Grayson Marinzik. We are wishing our 8th grade students luck as they move on to the high school program. We know we can expect to see great things from these students in the future. Congratulations on another successful year of music.
Hi, my name is Cassie Meyer, and I'm the student council sponsor. This year has been, of course, very challenging, like all of the other extracurricular activities. Luckily, student council was able to continue on in some aspects because we could have Google Meets virtual meetings. So we were able to continue doing some of the work that we normally do, including planning spirit days. This year we did some spirit weeks to, help out with some of the dullness of 2020, 2021, and hopefully students enjoyed those extra spirit times. We also got to plan a movie night this past fall where the students got to come and watch a movie outdoors. And probably the biggest improvement we've implemented this year is doing our morning announcements virtually via the Jamboard. So a lot of things going on and things happening in Student Council. Hopefully next year we can get back to some of the things that we've done in the past and resume some sense of normalcy. This year, Student Council saw a lot of great 8th grade leadership. A lot of students who have been on Student Council all 3 years. And so we appreciate their service especially. So this year's Student Council was President Biona Usini, Vice President Lillian Pabian, Secretary Mason Vidigar. Regular 8th grade representatives were Grayson Marincic and Alyssa Davidson. 7th grade members were Brittany Blair and Noah Winkapaw, and 6th grade members were Gianni Baracani, Gianna Mueller, and Riley Vidigar. Congratulations to you guys, and thank you for being a part of Student Council and serving your students. And I look forward to working with the 7th and 6th graders next year as 8th and 7th graders, and then our new group of 6th graders coming up.
Hi, everyone. I am Mr. Floodstrom. I am the track coach for Oglesby, Washington, and Coach Pierce, Max Pierce from Lincoln, is the other track coach. So I mainly coach the runners and jumpers, and Coach Pierce works with the throwers. I just want to kind of go over the season really quick and go through all the different athletes that participated in track for 2021. Okay, for the 7th graders, we had a total of 13 athletes, 4 girls and 9 boys. The 4 girls were Peyton Evans, Mackenzie Larson, Tony Height, and Emily Walklaw. We had 9 boys for the 7th grade: Brady Beckham, Easton Moriarty, Owen Maricki, Eric Panzik, Noah Winkapaw, Griffin Hammers, Cole Knapp, Logan Miller, and Ben Nicholson. The 7th graders did a really nice job. Our numbers were low in terms of athletes out. I'm hoping these guys can recruit a few of their classmates to come out next year. We have some really good individuals in both the throwing and the running, and so definitely had some individual success at the sectional meet. A couple different kids won a couple of different first place ribbons, so they should be very proud, and we look forward to having them out next year. So look forward to our next year 8th graders. This year's 8th graders, we had a total of 18. On the girls' side, we had 6. We had Lillian Pabian, Sophia Plock, Destiny Torres, Lana Eltravug, Ava Glenn, and Biona Usaini. Our manager was Jenna Sinatos. Now, the girls, it was difficult because initially we were missing several of these girls to girls basketball because of the COVID year. They kind of overlapped, but I was very fortunate that some of these girls decided to do both track and basketball. Individually and in terms of relays, we did very well. Running events, and throwing events, we did really well, and that was with very little practice and very little experience, but a couple of our 8th grade girls experienced quite a bit of success at the sectional meet. And I'm hoping that they can build on this next year at the high school level if they go out for track and field. Now, the 8th grade boys, we had total 12. Jacob Arthur, Josh Bickford, Vinnie Brine, Grayson Morensic, Aiden Mullane, Mason Vittiger, Jack Carter, Jason Curran, Ryder Delphi, Hayden Heilman, Xander Piper, and Richie Santiago. This is kind of like the ideal number of athletes to have out in track and field. We had a total of 12. We were well represented in every event, whether it was distance or the sprints, relays, throwing events, the jumps, whether it was long or high. We had quality athletes covering all these different facets of track and field. So it wasn't surprising that our 8th grade boys won sectionals. So our 8th grade boys were the sectional champions for 2021. It's the first time we've won an 8th grade sectional since, 2015, 2016. And so we got a nice plaque, which will be hanging in the lobby. So it's something that'll be there for eternity. No, I don't know. But it'll be there for quite a while. So the 8th grade boys need to be very proud of their success. And it truly is a team effort. I think people often think of track and field as just individual. And of course, you can have success on the individual level. But in terms of the team, if everybody comes together and performs, they add up all the points, and you have to be solid across the board, and we were. So we had athletes that got first place in the throwing events, in the jumps, whether it was the long or the high. We placed extremely well. Same thing with relays and individual sprinting events. So this was a wonderful group of 8th graders to work with. Very intelligent, just hardworking, talented for sure, gifted. It's hard to coach speed. You're either fast or you're not. So this was just a good group, lots of fun, so well behaved. They could goof around, but then they knew when to get down to business. And it was an absolute pleasure coaching them, especially considering last year we didn't have a track season, so none of these kids had any experience. So for them to start off the season and to catch on so quickly when they were kind of behind the curve, and then all of a sudden they were leading the curve, couldn't be more happy for them individually and for them as a group, and just supportive of each other. You don't always see that. Sometimes you see competition, or what's the word? Just kids they're not working as a team. They're more individual, and this group wasn't this way. So I look forward to following them and their successes at the high school level, and they're certainly going to be missed. And I wish them the best of luck to this group of 8th graders, and of course we look forward to next year's 7th graders. So thank you again for allowing me to coach your student athlete. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. Coach Heastan and Coach Entwistle here. We just wanted to say thank you to all of our players, parents, SOS, all our volunteers for a great and short season. And with that, we will announce all of our volleyball players. So for 8th grade, we have Lana Eltravog, Kaya Johnson, Sophia Plock, Fiona Usini, Callie Mickley, Peyton Galletti, Jenna Cientos, and Lillian Pavian. Good job, girls. For 7th grade, Ava Balestri, Peyton Evans, Gracie Miller, Gracie Van Zuden, Emily Waclaw, Kendall Adkins, Kendall Snell, Miley Sadnick. And then for 6th grade, Madison Corder, Lexi Ballerini, Sydney Delphi, Audra Marcinick, Gianna Mueller, April Pacetto, Emma Peth, Adriana Rodriguez, Shane Rounds, and Kira, I'm going to say this wrong, Ratacek. All right, good job, girls.
All right, so starting with our 6th grade awards for this season, MVP goes to April Pacetto, most points goes to Adriana Rodriguez, and most improved goes to Emma Peth. Good job, girls. For 7th grade awards, MVP, we have Peyton Evans. Most points goes to Ava Balestri. And most improved goes to Miley Sadnick. Awesome job. And 8th grade MVP goes to Lana Eltravug. Most points goes to Biona Usini. And most improved goes to Lillian Pavian. Great job, girls.
That is all we have for you guys. Good season, and we can't wait for next year. 8th grade, we wish you the best of luck into high school.
Hi, I'm Coach Pacetto, and I had the 5th and 6th grade girls basketball teams this year. And I just want to start off by thanking administration for getting us a season where the girls were able to play. I think we played around 7 games, which is half of what we played last year. So it was really good for the girls to be able to get in there. So thank you for that. Want to thank families for just the craziness of getting the girls here after school and then getting them picked up and just allowing them to play. Thank the girls. They did a lot of hard work between practicing in the masks, playing games in the masks, and playing at the end of the year rather than at the beginning. A lot of different changes for them. And so I'm just thankful for them, for their attitudes, and just the effort that they gave this year. Each of the girls gave 100%, more than 100% in practices and in the games. We were able to have a 6th grade girls basketball team, and that consisted of 3 5th graders and then 10 6th graders. So we ended up having an A team and a B team. And we had some girls that played on the B team, and then they came up and they helped with the A team as well. And so I'm thankful again for the attitudes of the girls. They were willing to do what needed to be done this year. And so they did a really good job with that. I'd like to introduce the 5th graders that played on our team this year, and you'll be getting pins at a later date. But we had Haley Bond, Mackenzie Miller, and Tegan Moulane. And these 3 girls really stepped it up. They did a great job learning the plays, getting in with the games, a lot of development in the short season that we did have. And so I look forward to seeing you play next year. And so just thank you for the effort that you gave. And then for the 6th grade team, we had Lexi Ballerini, Kendall Bassett, Sydney Delphi, Alexis Hines, Audra Marincic, Gianna Muller, April Pacetto, Emma Peth, Kiera Ratajczak, and Adriana Rodriguez. And again, you will get your pins at a later date. But I do want to thank the 6th graders and for the work that they put into it. Again, some of them played on the B team and then played with the A team as well. A lot of improvement with these girls. And I'll tell you, I do have to give awards for them. And one of them is the MVP award. And honestly, it needs to go to all of them. They did a really good job. The effort that they put in. And I've said many times, this team has great chemistry. If they stay together, they really can do very well in the next couple of years. They have just amazing chemistry together. They know how to look for each other. They know how to block for each other. I heard a lot of the girls calling each other, like, hey, let me screen for you. They would call each other's name, tell them to come down. Just the way that they would look for each other. It just amazing what they were able to accomplish this year. And so I'm thankful for you guys. Thanks for coming out. Hopefully you stay with it and play in 7th and 8th grade, because I really do think you'll be able to go far. For the awards this year, we have 4 awards that we hand out. One is for the best free throw percentage. And so we have 2 people that are going to receive this award. They were able to tie in that percentage, and it's Lexi Ballerini and Sydney Delphi. Our most improved player goes to Emma Peth. And Emma, this was her first year playing. She started the year off a little confused on where to go, learning the plays, really stepping into it with girls that had played the previous year. And by the end of the season, she was taking shots. She knew where she was going. She really worked hard during the season. And so she gets our most improved player. Our best defense goes to April Pasetto, and just the work that she put in. And then the MVP awards, again, I wish I could give it to everybody, because I really truly believe that this team, there's not just one that stands out. It took everybody together. I did, however, pick 2 for this award, and the MVP goes to Alexis Hines and Adriana Rodriguez. Congratulations to everybody.
Hi, I'm Merritt Burns. I got the opportunity to coach our 7th and 8th grade girls basketball team this season. So just wanted to provide a little bit of a recap for the season, talk about some of the perks, and just kind of give an overall general recap. So first of all, I want to say a huge thank you to all the girls for coming in and working with me on a daily basis. We were gonna have a brief season. We knew it was going to be about 5-6 weeks. It was going to be a challenge because they were also going to be doing track at the same time, so they would be split between those 2. Travel softball was kind of getting going also. So there was a number of things that were kind of all happening at the same point in time, and it was going to be very clear that in our limited season, the focus was just going to be about skills and learning the game, understanding the game, hopefully loving the game a little bit more, and appreciating some of those nuances. And I will say, across the board, huge prop to the girls. They came in there with that mentality of, I just want to get better today. And they were all hungry to learn more. They would always be asking me to watch this, watch that, kind of like my 4 and 5-year-old kid at times. They're like, hey, look at this. I'm like, I'm watching. But that was a credit to them because they wanted to make sure that eyes were on them and that they were improving. So I'm very grateful for them and for that opportunity. I was thrilled to be back in the coaching saddle. Also, it was very refreshing. So all the students hold a kind of a special place in my heart. I appreciate their work throughout the course of the year. It was certainly a lot. We were kind of tight on some numbers. We had like 12, 13 girls throughout the course of the year for 7th and 8th grade. And then a few would kind of fall off on the wayside, whether it be grades or if they had conflicting things for track. And so then we ultimately pulled up the 6th graders also. And a big shout out to Coach Pachetto and to the 6th grade girls for jumping in with us like the last 2 weeks. I know that was a big transition for a bunch of them, but that was great to see them progress and play and really just kind of, have that mentality of we're just going to do the best that we can and we'll let the chips fall where they will. So I do want to kind of go through and spotlight the individuals that participated in the season to the best of their abilities, and all of them, participated within, literally their own constraints as to how much they were able to dedicate towards it. But when they were there, they gave me at least 100%. So on our 7th grade team, we had Kendall Adkins. Our other 7th graders were Ava Balestri, Gracie Miller, and Gracie Van Zuden. So I want to thank the girls for coming in with a great work ethic, and they really played well together throughout the course of the year. Put them into challenging spots, different places, whether it be a 1, a 2, a 3, or 4, or a 5. It was really just kind of getting them out there and having them do things that maybe they weren't necessarily comfortable with, and being aggressive with the basketball. So I really appreciate their work ethic throughout the course of the year and their willingness to develop and communicate. They did a great job of developing in that capacity too. With the 7th grade team, I've got a couple of individual award winners. So my MVP went to Ava Balestri. Again, she did a great job of getting into different spots throughout the course of the year, attacking from the wings, maybe playing a little bit of 5. One of my favorite moments is when I said you're playing point guard. I love seeing a big deer in headlight moments, but certainly she deserves the MVP for, adjusting to all those different roles and really kind of overcoming some of her own mental obstacles in how she felt out on the court, because she had a previous injury also. So very proud of her for being our MVP. Some of my other award winners, best defense, Gracie Miller. Gracie Miller would get out there and I would just have her draped all over their best player or their point guard or, their 2 guard. And she would just kind of know that I'm going to be a hound on them. And also Gracie Miller was my most improved player. She did a tremendous job from the first day that we had practice to the last day, watching her shot improve, watching her ball handling improve, her willingness to just get out there and adjust. Also, there was one game where I had her play actually with, I think, our 6th grade team. And I'm like, okay, we need you to get out there. And she had no idea what that 6th grade group was doing with Coach Pichetto. But she just went out and played the game. So really proud of her improvement throughout the course of the year. And then also our best free throw shooter and our best free throw shooter for the 7th grade team was Ava Balestri also. So congratulations to the 7th grade team. For our 8th grade team, we had Lana Eltrevug, Peyton Gillette, Kaya Johnson, Callie Mickley, Lillian Pavian, Sophia Plock, Madison Snell, and Albiona Usini. So all of those girls, again, they came in with a great work ethic. They really wanted to get better. A lot of our focus for the 8th grade team was ball handling, getting low, being aggressive, shooting, lot of shooting. Good form. We worked on getting away from two-handed shooting, proper footwork. And again, they all really wanted to get better at that and would constantly seek to work on it. And even after the season ended, they would ask if they could use the gym during some of those times. So super proud of their efforts throughout the course of the year. It was challenging at times. Also, I'm very proud of their mental growth. I think some of the things that I was asking them to do was certainly out of the norm for them also. And it really made them uncomfortable and they would get frustrated at times, but they never questioned it and they did a great job. And so I'm extremely proud of the girls for having that mentality and working on that mentality throughout the course of the year. A couple of the awards for my 8th grade team. My improved player was the one that I think worked the most at it and wanted to get better every single time, and that was Callie Mickley. Callie would really work on trying to develop her left hand and her right hand and her shooting and her footwork, and would constantly be, doing those things throughout the course of a practice or after a practice or, within a game, and would be asking and asking and asking. And so she was certainly my most improved from the beginning of the year to the end of the year. And so I was very proud of her for her development in that capacity. And I look forward to seeing what she's going to continue to grow at, because I know she's going to work at it extremely hard. My best free throw shooter, that was Lana Eltrevug. Similarly, Lana really improved her form and it started to pay dividends for her down the stretch there. As she ended up, making, I believe she was almost like 57% offhand. And that's pretty good for an 8th grade girl. So, hopefully every year they improve by about 5%. If they make that progression all the way through, she should be about a 74% shooter when she's a senior. And I would take a 74% shooter as a senior. So that's pretty good. My best defender was Sophia Plock. Soph got after it. She was just constantly kind of given 100%. Similarly, that mental aspect of it for her would be a challenge at times where she would just need to focus and playing in the moment. But there was never any question on the defensive end where she would be and who she would be on and if she should play full court or half court. She did a great job in that capacity. And then my MVP was Albiona Usini, and Biona did a great job all year long too. 100% effort. Again, playing 3-4 different roles, playing point guard, playing 5, playing 4, taking the basket and driving hard, communicating, taking maybe some shoulders into the mouth also, and just continuing to play. So she really did a great job throughout the course of the year, and certainly kind of stood out to deserve that recognition as MVP. But again, super proud of the girls. Couldn't have been more thrilled to have been able to coach all of the girls, and I look forward to their progression at the high school level. And I hope they certainly fostered a little bit of that enjoyment, and it prompts them to continue to play at each and every level. So I thank you, girls. I thank you, parents, also for your patience throughout the course of the year as we tried to navigate the season and get you into the games when we could. And get you live streams, and it certainly wasn't an ideal, but I'm glad that the girls got the opportunity to play and to compete, and I'm very proud of the effort that they did throughout the course of the year. Thanks. Go Bulldogs.
Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in. Coach DeBrock here. I was the boys basketball coach for 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th, so a lot to unpack here. I want to start out by saying a huge thank you to Mr. Burns, Mr. Pillen, Mr. Balestri for all their work that they did behind the scenes, working with the protocols, figuring out what we could and couldn't do, and really putting together a season out of nothing. Because at the start, I didn't know if we'd even have a season. I didn't know what that would look like. We talked like it was going to just be practices, and we ended up getting a pretty good deal out of it all. So a big thank you to all of you guys for all the work that you did to make this thing possible. Another big thank you needs to go out to Mr. Hibke here at Washington. He does a lot behind the scenes, getting the gym cleaned every single day, running the sweeper, all that stuff, making sure that we're in tip-top shape, ready to go. Another huge thank you goes out to, obviously, all you parents. I know that you guys made a ton of sacrifices, taking your kids to and from practices, picking them up after late buses, and all that stuff that on a normal year you might not have to do it that way. You guys adapted, helped us out huge, made it all possible. And then my final thank you needs to go out to all these players. They did not know exactly what they were getting themselves into when they first signed up for basketball. I'm sure it wasn't exactly what all of them were hoping for in terms of length of season, all that stuff. So huge thank you to you guys still coming in here, putting in a lot of work, making the most out of the situation, and really making it fun, because it was going to be whatever you guys made it, and you guys made it awesome. So thank you to you guys. Next thing I want to do is read through my 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade rosters. I'll start with 5th and go from there. So 5th grade, we got Hunter Freeman, Landon Hardy, Nick Campbell, Carter Salazar, Jacob Pico, Landon Balestri, Jax Dose, Jose Aldama Flores, Gage Dalton. You guys got a lot of work to do, but good start. Keep improving. We'll see what you can become. Next group, we got 6th grade, Zach Pacetto, Peyton Arthur, Grayson Ernett, Drake Margus, Cam Franson, Nick Salazar, Caleb Strand, Joel Lytle, Hunter Sale, Sam Rodriguez, Daniel Gutierrez, AJ Geese, Cannon Toon, Riley Vittiger, and Caden Fernero. Big group. Hopefully you guys all stick together, keep improving, keep pushing each other, keep helping each other out, make each other better. The sky's the limit there, okay? The more you guys do, the more you're going to get, okay? So the more work you put in, the more you're going to get out. The awards for the 6th grade, we have free throw percentage to Zach Pacetto, best defense, Joel Lytle, most improved, Nick Salazar, MVP, Grayson Ernett, and my teammate award, Cam Franson, holding everybody together, being the glue for us, okay? Didn't matter if he was in it didn't matter who was on the court with him. Cam was in there doing what he had to do, helping the team out, being unselfish. So thank you, Cam, for that. Okay, 7th grade roster. I have Brady Beckham, Noah Winkapaw, Griffin Hammers, Easton Moriarty, Owen Maricki, Cole Knapp, and Ben Nicholson. I have some awards for them too. I got free throw percentage award goes to Griffin Hammers. Best defense, Noah Winkapaw. Most improved, Owen Maricki. My MVP for the 7th grade was Easton Moriarty, and the teammate award there was Brady Beckham. Brady being a great teammate, helping everybody out, communicating. Didn't matter if somebody was going in for him or going in for somebody else. He knew what they were supposed to be doing, communicating. Thank you, Brady, for that. And then we have the 8th grade. 8th grade roster consists of Jason Griglione, Nick Legrenzi, Aiden Mullane, Demarius Carter, Jason Curran, Grayson Marinzik, Jack Carter, Josh Bickford, Hayden Heilman, Brevin Vogel, Mason Vittiger, Ryder Delphi, and Richie Santiago. Big group there too. You guys are the only group I've had for 2 years here. Learned a lot from you guys. I hope you learned a lot from me. We have some awards for you guys. Free throw award, Hayden Heilman. Nice job, Hayden. Best defense goes to Jason Kern, hustling for every loose ball, always willing to do anything I asked. Okay, love that. Thanks, Jason. Most improved player, Jack Carter. Last year, a little rough around the edges. Came back this year, worked hard, got better. Good job, Jack. MVP this year goes to Richie Santiago. We were just a different team when Richie was on the court. Huge presence, okay? Good leader on and off the court. A lot of good things there. Sky's the limit. Keep working hard. And then this year's teammate award goes to Brevin Vogel. Okay, Brevin, I know you didn't always get the stats that you wanted, but some of that is because you're always working the ball around, doing what I'm asking you to do, running our offense, and when you're the point guard, sometimes that's just how things go. So I appreciate all the work you did on and off the court, keeping the team together, okay, all the times in practice where you're pushing other people, trying to get them in the right spots, trying to figure stuff out, okay, like a coach on the floor. Love it. Thank you for all the stuff that you've done. Thank you to all you 8th graders, okay? I could go on about every single one of you. I appreciate all the hard work you've done, and I hope you guys had a fun experience. I know I enjoyed coaching you, so good luck in your future endeavors. Hope you guys continue to play, enjoy the sport, and thanks for tuning in.
And now we're at the point of the virtual ceremony where we announce our female athlete of the year, our male athlete of the year, and then our Brovelli Award winner. All of these are prestigious award winners. They'll be recognized in a plaque that will go up on the wall, and it's one that I think a lot of the students really look forward to at least being in the competition for and being recognized as one of those individuals that kind of has their mark left on the school. And I will say all the individuals that we talked about within the individual coaches ceremonies were discussed amongst the coaches themselves for these various awards. And so with that said, I will announce our winners. So our female athlete of the year went to Lana Eltrevu. Congratulations, Lana. Well-deserved in regards to all of your various efforts throughout the course of the year within your extracurriculars. Kudos to you for your efforts over the course of your academic and extracurricular career at Washington Junior High. We have the utmost confidence that you're going to go on and do great things in your high school career so long as you keep those same type of work ethics that you demonstrated here. So congratulations to you. Our male athlete of the year. I think this individual has really blossomed in the last year or so. And I think that it speaks credit towards him as an individual and as a person, and really kind of growing into his own this year also. And so our male athlete of the year is Grayson Marincic. Congratulations, Grayson. I'm really impressed by your development throughout the course of your junior high career, both again academically and also athletically. And so couldn't be more proud of your efforts in your accomplishment in getting this award. So kudos to you. Now for our Brovelli Award winner. This individual, they must participate in at least one extracurricular sport. They have to have a 3.0 GPA. They demonstrate leadership and cooperation in their various activities that they do. They have to be nominated by at least one coaching staff member. And this individual really stands out as a role model for others who participate in those sports. And so with that criteria set, there really was a number of individuals that we discussed and that we talked about. But I think at the forefront and at the end of the day, this individual really did rise to the top. And with that said, because of all of those traits and qualities, we're extremely proud to present our Brovelli Award winner to Albiona Usini. Congratulations, Albiona. Well-deserved throughout your, again, career here at Oglesby, you have really developed as a person, as a leader, as an individual within any of the activities that you do. You put forth your best effort all the time, and so we couldn't be more proud to have you represent the Brovelli Award winner, and we look forward to seeing the great things that you're going to do at the next level also. Extremely strong class across the board, and we're greatly going to miss their participation and presence within these extracurriculars. Thank you guys all for attending tonight. Have a great evening.